In this video, we'll see how you can add a single provider off time or a recurring off time. To add a single off time, you can right-click on whichever date or time that you want the off time to be created for, and that brings up this menu, which is the Create Break or Off Time menu. Click on that, and then you can add the off time. Select the start and end time and enter the description and hit Save to have that off time added. Whichever slot you need the off times for, you can just right-click at the slot, and then if you want to extend the time, you can also enter the start and end times here. Save to have the off time added. If you want to add recurring off times, you can go to the top right-hand side, click on this three-lined menu, and that brings up the Setup Provider Off Time. And now here it'll show you all the off times that are added for the provider. On the top right, click on Add Off Time, and that brings you to the Add Provider Off Time screen. Over here, you want to select the off time type. And since it's a recurring off time that we're creating, we want to select the type here as off time, and then you want to select provider that it applies to. Enter the start and end date as to what date range you want this off time to apply. Next, you can also select the start and end time. Also, you can select the off time days. So if the off time needs to apply for every Tuesday for the date range or every Wednesday for the date range, you can also select that reoccurrence pattern for the off time. You can then enter an off time description and enter a phone number and also the practice status. Once you've entered all this information, you can hit Save to have the off time added and the reoccurring off time added. You can also set up a single off time from this screen. If you want to set up a single off time, just enter any other types here, like maybe Other as an off time type, and you can enter a single off time, which is for a particular day, and then fill in the rest of the information and hit Save to have it added.